Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. Let's start our video with a story about a relentless neighbor who takes pettiness to a whole new level in the battle for parking spaces. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. Neighbor likes to play musical cars. I bought a condo earlier this year in a subdivided historic home in my city. The home has 6 units, each unit with minimum 1 car, street parking only. Our neighbors are the absolute worst. I'm guessing mid to late 60s, married, male, female, the wife never leaves home. For months I thought they had 4 vehicles, SUV, truck, mini, and work van. They're one of the few homes on the street with a driveway which comfortably fits his work van plus truck. They also could fit 3 of the 4 vehicles in front of their house on the street if they wanted. Despite that, they park their mini in the driveway, truck in front of my house, work van across the street, and SUV in front of theirs. And they never deviate. Someone moved out of one of the units in my home, and they wouldn't even move for the moving van, nor when I was doing renovations and moving lumber in and out, or when landscaping crews come in. Since it's a city, we have mandatory no parking 1 day a month and designated hours for street sweeping. This is when they move 2 cars into their driveway, and how I know 2 cars comfortably fit. Well, first month I lived here, they moved their cars back too early during the no parking times and got tickets on the truck and SUV. It made my day, but not enough. I've slowly been trying to figure out how to steal the spot back. You see, they like to play magical cars. When husband leaves with his truck, wife comes out with him and like clockwork pulls the mini out of the driveway into his spot in front of my home, leaving no cars in driveway. And she parks 6+ feet in, so there's always room for the truck when he returns. Every day, for months. My boyfriend moves in, gently asks if we can share. Husband says, yes, of course. Next day, truck is parked elsewhere. We thought, wow, they're nice. And now see a beat-up Jeep there. After a few weeks, it didn't move. One night, late, we see this douche nozzle cleaning the Jeep. It's his. So 5 cars, not 4. Slowly, I start effing with them. I learned the city parking codes, report the Jeep as an abandoned vehicle, and got it towed. Mail them an anonymous package of horse crap with a note calling them as crappy as this package. Everything legal, but still scheming how to steal the spot back we're to share in front of my home. It's been 10 months, edited from 7 because I can't math, and no one is parked there but the truck or mini to hold a spot. I watch them every day to find time to steal the spot back, but they always beat me to it. But today was the day. No parking for street sweeping. An hour before the ban ends, I say F it, walk across the street where I was parked to move my car. Like clockwork, I see the husband come out, who was clearly watching me. As I open my car, I see him unlocking the mini so he can beat me. I race to turn my car on and pull into the spot, beating the effort to it. I'm in my car, shaking with excitement, and the a-hole starts taking pictures of my car. I get out and ask why. Apparently, I'm in violation of the code. He studied too, of having to park 3 feet from driveways. I walk over, step with my feet, and count. Not good enough for him. I tell him to get a tape measure, and he's like, nah, I'll just report you like you did me 3 times. I did once, so this tells you how much the entire neighborhood hates them. I walk myself inside, grab a tape measure, lay on the bare pavement, measure 3 feet, and mark it on the sidewalk. Ask him again if that's good enough, and say, so much for sharing, huh? He says, this is all public parking, so good luck. You can't park here forever. Bet. I work from home, B, and my boyfriend does too. You don't know petty, you self-entitled man. Now it's your turn to watch musical cars in action from the pettiest folks around. It's fun and games until one of you escalates to property damage. Someone's gonna wake up to all their tires slashed or windows caved in. Crap like this never ends well. And our second story. I'm a truck driver, and I don't work here, lady. I was listening to r/ today and remembered my encounter with a Karen. I'm a long-haul truck driver, and this happened a few years ago when I delivered a load of shopping carts to Target. I drove for almost 10 hours that day, and it was taking some time to unload my trailer. I understand it's a big load for a store, and they need time to get it done. Well, while they unload, I go through the back to use a restroom and also talk to the manager for parking arrangements because my hours for that day are running out and I can't make it to a truck stop. I'm in Los Angeles and there are a few truck stops. Got to go ahead for parking on their lot. They finally unload me and move my truck in a corner of a lot. After that, I went into store to look what they have and just to kill some time, found nothing to buy and thought, well, I might as well head back and play some video games. As I walk out, I hear, "Hey, can you help me?" I ignore it and keep on walking just to feel a hard tap on my shoulder. Me, surprised, say, "WTF," and turn around to be greeted by a couple. Karen tells me, "Are you deaf?" Me, "Sorry, but why am I deaf?" I asked if you can help me. Me going, "Well, you could be nicer about it." I get why you're talking to customers like that. Me, "Sorry, but you got me confused with someone else." Karen, "You need to help me load my car right now." Snapping her fingers at the same time. Me, "Lady, don't snap your fingers at me." Karen, "Who do you think you are?" Me, not letting her finish, "Who do you think you are?" Karen replies, "I'm a customer and you need to help me." Me, not caring at all because I know my pickup will be a long one. Hate multi-loads. "Lady, I don't work here, and if you need help, ask politely." Karen, "Get me your manager." Me, "My manager's in Canada." This took place in California. This took place in front of the main doors to the store, and manager runs out to see what's going on. Karen goes off at manager saying, "Your employee won't do their job, and how can they hire such a lazy person?" Me, looking at her and asking, "What made you think I'm an employee at place?" While wearing short and a t-shirt saying, "Sorry I'm late, but I didn't to be here in the first place." Karen, "I've seen you walking from the back of the store and talking to this guy." Me, "Lady, I was delivering a load here and had to ask for permission to park." Manager finally gets a word in, "He doesn't work here." Karen, "Well, why was he in the back of your store?" Karen, "Well, why was he in the back your store?" Manager, "He's a truck driver that delivered shopping carts to this location." "And I'll get someone to help you load your stuff." Me, thinking it's all over, and went back to my truck to play some video games until I get a call from my dispatch. My dispatch, "Hey, how's it going?" Me, "Not too bad." "Didn't you receive my bill of landing?" Dispatch, "No, we got that, but we received a phone call from a concerned citizen about your behavior." "What's going on?" Because she gave no details. Me explained what happened, and it's a pretty stupid situation. Okay, we thought it was something serious, but don't worry and just chill. Don't forget you got pickup tomorrow. Having a phone number on my truck is a pain. Wow, the nerve of this woman. Couldn't even acknowledge she messed up. She had to go to complain to his boss because she got mud on her face. And our next story. Towed my neighbor's car to teach them a lesson. So let me give you all some context. My apartment complex has extremely limited parking with assigned parking spots and only 2 guest parking spots in a building with at least 60 units. I have 1 parking spot for me and my partner to share. Since we only have 1 car, it hasn't been an issue. My partner and I share the car and work opposite work schedules, so our spot is often open, and honestly, I don't care if people park there when I'm not home. One of our neighbors has decided that our parking spot is fair game, and at this point, another car has been in our spot over half a dozen times. Usually the car is moved within an hour of us coming home, so while it's been annoying, we can't really do anything about it. Tonight, however, was different. After coming home from work tonight, there was a car in my spot. The lights in our neighbor's unit are off, and it's safe to assume they think they can be in my spot all night. This pissed me off, so I called the towing company. My landlord told me to call if anyone parks there. The tow truck will be here soon, and I'm anxiously waiting for them to get here. I know that getting your car towed is a serious pain in the butt, but this has happened so many times, I'm afraid if I don't get them towed, my neighbors will continue to use my spot all the time. I know that people assume they can walk all over me, so I try not to be a pushover, but I still feel kind of guilty. Update. So the car's gone. Clearly no one's taking the rules seriously and won't until someone gets towed. I'm frustrated and exhausted with how much those people were a-holes about it. I hope those people don't key my car or try and start anything. You pay for that spot, right? Then it's your spot. Apartment or no. That's like if I came to find someone parked in my driveway. And our last story. Trespassing teens trash my pool. I press charges, and now everyone hates me. This is my property that I have a mortgage on. It's not community or city property. This past winter, I had a pool installed at my house. After the pool installation, I had my old fence removed and installed new fences that met with the city code for a residential pool. My new fence is higher than my old one, and the gates have approved locks. About a month ago, I had to travel for work and was gone for about 2 weeks. I came back to find my backyard trashed, and it seems someone had a pool party while I was gone. The locks on my gates were broken, but luckily no one broke into my house. I checked my security cameras and saw at least 20 teens having an all-day party that lasted late into the night. I did not give permission for anyone to be at my house, so I was mad. My cameras are HD, so their faces were clearly visible, and I recognized some from the neighborhood. I went to the police and submitted a copy of the recordings and tried to file a report. The cops did their best to try to talk me out of it, but I pressed them on it until they relented and took a report. Weeks passed by and I heard nothing, so I called them to find out nothing has been done. I got angry and threatened to sue unless they got off their behinds and enforced the laws. I should point out I live in a town of about 2,000 people and nothing ever happens here. The cops are not understaffed or too busy on other cases. I also know I probably can't sue the cops into doing their jobs, but I lose nothing by threatening a lawsuit, and I was mad at the time. Finally, they got some of the teens seen on my security video, but again, they tried to talk me out of pressing charges. I was adamant and insist they file charges. When my girlfriend found out about the situation, she said I should have let it go, and we got into an argument about it. My own mother thinks I'm being a bully by forcing the cops to file charges against some teens who just wanted to throw a party. Virtually everyone I know is making me out to be some grumpy guy with a score to settle, and I kid you not, everyone in my life is trying to talk me out of it. They're worried about me destroying these teens' future over a pool party. I don't know when it became okay to break into someone's property. Right now, it feels like it's me against the entire world. Update. I'm so glad I posted my situation here. Many of you pointed out that the cops might know the kids, so that's why they're dragging the case. I never thought of that because I've only lived here for 2 years. I called my buddy who grew up and still lives here, so I invited him to dinner tonight. I asked him about my situation and showed him the security vid. He immediately said about half of the high school senior class was in the vid. His kids are in the same high school, and he recognized the daughter and niece of the mayor. He also told me he thinks a couple of kids belong to local prominent families, one of which own one of the local grocery stores. We talked about it, and I decided to drop my complaint in exchange for the parents paying the damages. I'll call the cops tomorrow about it. There's a story about someone's uncle living in Oklahoma who made a complaint and subsequently got pulled over repeatedly for phantom traffic violations. That really opened my eyes, and I definitely don't want that to happen to me. Trespassing, destruction of property. Thankfully, no one drowned or was injured. And F the police for not doing their jobs. You're not in the wrong or a bully for enforcing your property rights. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.